I remember when you were just a couple of years old, and we used to roll around on the floor, and I remember when you got stuck in the kiddie rocker. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. I getting stuck in the kiddie rocker as a skate.
Because
what happened?
You were only 2 years old.
I remember some cars that I had an accident with.
You know, of course, I was babysitting.
Yeah.
And for your mother. But anyway, you know, you were the first. And,
wow.
But you didn't holler or anything else. You were so good. You were very patient, you know, and gradually I was able to get through the leg out.
To this day, pain is
they say
something I can put up
get
with.
Things, but when you get real over, I can way back to when I was a kid. Well, you know me, too much of a talker. So
No, this is fine. Tell me when you were a kid. Something you remember when you were a young girl.
I remember when I was a kid of looking up and thinking, oh, you know, I was thinking, oh, I think I end up there. You know, here I was about 4 feet or something like that, and this big tall person, I don't even know who the person was, but even so, little things like that. And I remember when my mother pulled my arm out of joint, and you know, if you have anything at all, at any age, it comes back to you when you get old.
Little things, little injuries that happen when you're a kid. When you're younger and you're injured, they come back to you later, right?
Oh, boy, do they.
Yeah.
Particularly the hip deal.
Yeah.
I have a bad time. And the back and all that.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Grandma, there is a news story today, and I know you do catch the news from time to time, right?
Oh, I make sure I hear it in the morning. I got to know what's going on in the world.
There's a news story today that, actually, we should be calling my dad about this one, but there's a news story today that says that contrary to popular belief, that people as they get older remain active in, they were referring to,
Oh, sex?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Grandma.
Bob was so embarrassed, but you are such a great person.
Oh, for God's sake, this is the 90s. I'm not, I'm very, I try to be young at heart, and I'm too stupid to try to cover up things. Well, you can't.
And I thought if I could get a kind of an overview of, from 20 to 90, how it goes, and I asked for grandparents to call on our show, but no one did call.
Oh, really? Well, what do you want to know? I can tell you. I was active enough, but unfortunately, that car I had, the Mustang deal.
Yeah.
But he was a married man that showed me the car, and he took me to dinner, and you know what happens then? And we just hit it off so great, and boy, was he great. He was about 25 years younger than me, too.
Really?
I don't know. I seem to always attract younger men. But then again, after a while, I used to teach catechism.
Sure.
And after a while, when he would call, and he'd come over, and we went once or twice to a motel. I admit it, I was divorced and still liked it,
Yeah.
So anyway, I said, look, this isn't right. I'm teaching catechism in UCR, but he was the one that I knew very well.
Sure.
There was others besides me. Stupid then. It's a good thing I didn't know about AIDS. I wouldn't with anyone now.
Yeah. Oh, boy, things sure have changed, though, haven't they?
Oh, boy, haven't they?
As you read about this, I mean, I know I'm 43, and I'm glad I'm not out there dating now.
No, because I even had a lot of feelings for my second husband. But he was harassing me. He came all the way from California.
He still wants you, huh?
I don't know. It doesn't claim it. No, he was just sore. Well, he harassed me there, was following me, and I had to have the police and everything.
Yeah.
But then finally I asked the man he was living with, and I said, my God, I set the man up in business. I paid for all the wedding and the trip to Florida and all this business.
Right.
I went to, that's when the house was sold, and your grandfather and I split it.
Yeah.
I was affluent, but anyway.
Grandma, over the years, if you had to pick the best decades in terms of, the best, like the 20s and the 50s. In other words, what they're saying is the older folks, and I think they were referring to...
No, but look, it's been a very difficult life because I came into the world during the Second World War. I was German descent, and believe you me, to this day, a lot of people resent you. And here I'm third generation,
Yeah, because you had German in your blood. Yeah.
Huh?
Because you had some German in you.
Yes. And, my grandmother came over because she couldn't stand Germany anymore. She was just training the boys to be soldiers and everything.
Yeah.
So my mother always said, you're American. Well, I'm still having that problem now. Not with Germany, with another country. But anyway, I'm isolated. No one's allowed to call me. That is of now.
Do you recall the first time you ever...
The first?
The first guy?
And the last guy?
Yes, sure I do. The first one was I went with him 3 years before I finally gave in.
Oh, good for you.
He stunk. He was, no, I don't mean by smell. I mean, he had nothing there to really... I didn't... You know what? As a matter of fact, even... Well, I shouldn't say this, but he's dead.
It's okay,
And he knew it
go ahead.
himself. My grandfather, your grandfather, that is.
Yeah.
He wasn't too good either. Wait a minute now, wait. I didn't even know what an orgasm was.
All right, then.
All us young people, in those days, you didn't talk about those things.
Sure.
And I thought he was good for foreplay, I will say that.
All right,
Well, I
then.
was satisfied enough. But I didn't know what an orgasm was, except on our honeymoon, I had one. That's when your father was conceived. I never had another one for the 26 years I was married to him.
Wow.
Now, how about that?
Well, it happens. And these days, people are
Doesn't
more
happen. I never heard
educated.
anybody-
Right now, I'm more educated than I really wanted to
I didn't
be.
try to do anything about it because I didn't even know about it till later years.
Wow.
Now, do you remember the last person you were with, and what was the difference in, like, the first and last? Has it changed?
Well, the first was, in fact, it was a man that lived here when I lived here. We were engaged, but as I said, it was terrible because there didn't seem to be much to it. It's just that I loved him so, anything will do when you're terribly in love. And
Love
you
is
don't-
important.
When you
Love
don't
is
know
the most
anything, I
important thing,
thought, well, that's nice and all that. But, no, he was, he had conceived with a couple other women of the children. He was able to do that, but he was a player around. It's a good thing. We were thinking of getting married. It's a good thing I didn't. But anyway...
How about the last
The
gentleman?
last one was, I will say it.
This is going to be more
The
than I
man,
want to know.
as I say, this man that told me the Mustang was oh God, was he good. And yet, I didn't, oh boy, was he something. And as I said, he was so much younger than I, and he really went for me. I don't know. Of course, I looked a lot better and everything else than I do now. But this is 22 years ago when I first came back. And, but then again, I gave him up. But then when I moved here to Wallingford, right away I called this guy that I was engaged to before, The first one I was engaged to, and the first one what do you call it?
Yeah, whatever.
So anyway,
Sure.
had sex. So, I don't know. I hope sometimes I think maybe my phone is bugged. Everybody hears
Oh, no.
I could write a book. I feel like writing of my life. It's been so funny and queer, and everyone says you're different. Well, I'm going to think so. But
No,
anyway,
you know what, Grandma? You are wonderful. You are open and you are fun. And I'll tell you what, we are out of time now. I got to go because I got to get back to work. But I'm going to call you.
How is all your family now?
Oh, they're all. That's the stuff we'll catch up on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great.
I'm going
man.
to call you in about 2 hours when I get done with work.
Well, wait a minute. What
We'll
time is that? Don't tell me when I'm having my nap. Don't call me till
Okay.
after 2 o'clock.
After 2 o'clock
I
your
have
time?
I don't work as much as I can do in the morning, and then I
Sure.
got to have a nap after lunch. So,
All right, what time do you get up from your nap?
well, about 2.
2 o'clock? All right, I'll give you a call in, Grandma. Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure to introduce you to Spike and Joe.
Other data, but of course you don't give names out.
Yes.
No,
I
man.
don't want to
Thank you
embarrass
for that.
I don't want to embarrass the family. If
No.
if your father ever knew,
Oh, God,
my
he'd kill me.
God, he's a real totaler. He'd never talk of.
Oh,
he'd
he
never
is.
tell you
My
anything.
dad is so shy.
Huh?
You wouldn't
Can't
believe
believe
it. Yeah.
that after meeting
Is that
him.
shy or I don't know? I think he's a.
I think he'd be... I think he'd be happy to hear that the one time in 20
What?
years.
Well, yeah. All right, hey, Grandma, I'm going to give you a call back,
Yeah,
and I
all right.
apologize so much for making it be so long.
Well, I'm fine. I'm glad you finally called. But I hope it wasn't just the data, because
No, I'm calling you back
Somebody
later.
else was calling me all about the past, where all my relatives were born,
Yeah.
And But that's all right.
All right.
I'm good for something once in a while anyway. Huh?
Grandma, I love you, and I'm going to call you back a little later today.
All right, Bob.
Bye. You wondered
Grandma
if
Stoop, the Mustang salesman. I love this
You
woman.
wondered if she would
I
talk.
love this woman.
she is great. Yeah.
And the first guy, he didn't have much, though.
Oh, and my dad,
The first guy had a little Schweener. Last guy, she stooped the Mustang
would you
salesman.
please don't summarize?
No, that was wonderful. No, you know what, buddy? I got to tell you, man, that woman was a treasure.
Southbound 5, going to be heavy and slow in the main line from just south of Northgate as you make your way almost to the U District. Southbound in the express lanes crowded over the Ship Canal Bridge. Southbound 405 just rolling slow in Kirkland. Both bridges still looking good for this Friday morning. Northbound 405 some slow.